geese. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Set, ready, 10 logo. Get him. Greystone, travel. Check. Fresh down.
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
218, chop it.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second down.
To throw on second down, Friedman. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
That's the score, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw, recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
McSorley sets to pass. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Hey, exit.
Another try after the first down sack. McSorley. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Ready? Hey, team 6. Team 6.
55.
80 weapons.
55. Check, 55, Mike.
Go.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this belongs to the Vikings.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Draw play, Crowell. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
On 3rd down, Friedman. Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Let's go, boys. Here we go. 70, Indy.
Ricky.
Shoot.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He'll run it, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. Let's see about the call.
Come on now, let's go. Got it. 50, Mike, 50. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Protein spill. Ready.
They run it from the gun with Crowell. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On 2nd and 9, McSorley. The connection made. It's Graham. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
60 outlaw.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Friedman. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Friedman. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. 50, Mike, 50.
the gun on third down. Friedman. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start by running the option to the right. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On the ready.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, check right. Smooth.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Ready, set. Hey, Foxtrot. X3.
Off of play action, it's McSorley. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Here's McSorley to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for him. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Trace McSorley with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't work.
lost.
Yeah,
There's no doubt. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down here the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now McSorley. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Friedman. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Friedman. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Taco Charlton able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Off play action. Friedman. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. Friedman. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is going to be incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing is McSorley. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's McSorley now, third and long. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver, complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll look to throw for it on third and long. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Off the play fake. Friedman. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
64, weak.
They'll start by running the option to right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. McSorley from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Let's get it.
Set, 8, read.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
5.
From the gun, Friedman. This is Crowell on the catch. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic.
Shoot.
Looking to throw. Friedman. Being chased out left. And an alley to run. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for his running back Aaron Jones that time, but it'll be second down. 2nd and 10. It's McSorley. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
McSorley sets to pass. It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A full 40 yards that time on 3rd down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble.
Hey, let's go. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Nice, sweetheart.
On 2nd and 11 now. McSorley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. 2nd down and goal. McSorley looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
McSorley once more looks to throw. The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 8 yards out, and the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But it brings up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
1st and 10.
Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, Friedman. It's caught by Crowell. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down.
Mike 54. Too little, check.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood. Right there.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And some space here. Past the 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They'll give Crowell another crack. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make it. Kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. He's got Adams on the hookup.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Here's McSorley to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, exit.
It'll be McSorley again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Check.
5.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hughes.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Pack,